Hello and welcome to Steph's Pointe, where I bring you dance tips and tricks. Today we are going to be doing a stretching and strengthening routine to help you get a better bridge and to improve your back flexibility for like acro or gymnastics or dance. This video is actually for a beginning/intermediate level dancer, so anyone can try it if you're just trying to increase the mobility in your spine. If you're hearing jingle bells right now, that's actually my kitty. She just keeps walking by. Oh. She doesn't want to help herself. With all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started with our beginning/intermediate level back strengthening and stretching exercises. We're going to start by warming up our spine. We have to get all the blood flowing, get things moving before we just start hammering away, stretching, or doing anything that's really hard on the body. So we are just going to tuck our chin into our chest and we're going to roll down. We're going to go one vertebrae at a time, rolling all the way down, walking our hands out to a plank, walking our hands back in, and rolling back up. We're going to do this 8 times. You can add a push-up at the bottom if you want to. This is number 2. You can add a little push-up here if you want to. If you're like, that's way crazy, Stephanie, you're hilarious. Then you don't. And we roll up. We go down. Walking up. Make sure you find your good plank at the bottom. Walk it in. Get as close to your thighs as possible before you roll up one vertebrae at a time. This is 4. Again, you can add that push-up, or you can just hold your plank. This is 5. We're over halfway there. Try to get real close to your thighs now that you're starting to get some blood flow to your hamstrings. Notice that I'm keeping my legs nice and straight as I roll down. As I walk out, my legs are still straight. I walk back in, my legs are still straight. I roll up, they're still straight. So I'm not bending at all. This is 7, we only have 2 left. Give your legs a little hug at the bottom if you want to get a little more of a stretch. And the last one, we're going to stay down on this one. So we're going to roll down, we're going to walk our hands out. We're going to lower down, and we're going to press up to a cobra, but we're only going to go on our elbows. I want you on your elbows. I want you to try to see if you can keep your ribs connected to the floor. So if you feel like your back has to stretch up and you can't keep your ribs on the floor, that means you're probably loading the stretch into your lower back, which is not very good for your lower back. You want to be feeling the stretch more in your upper spine, so rolling the shoulders back, feeling the ribs on the floor and pressing through the top thoracic part of your spine and not the lower lumbar part of your spine. So we're here and we're going to come back down and we're going to press up and we're going to come back down. We're going to press up, down, up, and now we're going to come down. We're going to press our hands by our shoulders. We're going to go into a full cobra now. Keep the elbows in, touching your ribs as you press up to your cobra stretch. Pressing up. When you press up, I want you to think about sliding yourself up and forward and trying to keep your neck nice and long, your shoulders pressing down away from your ears. We're holding here. And then we're going to come back down, rubbing our elbows against our ribs so we get that nice tricep activation. Stay down and press back up. And we have 2 more here. 1. Down. And 2. And down. Okay, I'm going to have my feet nice together. Ooh, slide it back, slide it back. Feet together, tight, 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 and my arms by my ears. I'm going to keep my neck in line with my spine, which means I'm not going to lift my neck like this or look side to side. I'm going to have it flat, looking at the floor, arms by my ears, and I'm going to lift up to a Superman 8 times. So we have 1 and down. 2, and down. 3, and down. 4, down. 5, 6, 7. Last one goes 8, and down. Now I'm gonna grab my hands behind your back. You're gonna lift, straighten your arms, and you're gonna lift your chest up as far as you can. 8 times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Really open through the chest. 5, 6, 7. Don't use your neck when you do this at all. The neck is just relaxed. And 8. Coming down. We had 8 of those. That's fabulous. Now we're gonna press back, cobra stretch, and you can bend your knees. Try to see if you can touch your toes to your head. Notice that I can still talk in this position. I don't want you to knock your head back to where you can't talk because it's just collapsed in the back. First, not very cute. Second, it's really not good for your your spine and the back of your neck. There's a lot of sensitive nerves back there. You don't just want to collapse through it. You actually want to reach up and out of your neck and back. And come on down. Okay, let's press back, give our back a little break, and go into a child's pose. Stay here for just a few seconds. Gentle rocks back and forth, releasing the spine. It just did a lot of work for us, so we want to be nice and gentle towards it. All right, fabulous. Now our spine's nice and warm. We want to get our hips and our quads nice and warm so that they can press us into a full bridge. If you have done a bridge before, we will do one at the end of this video. But we want to make sure that all of our body parts are fully warm and ready to do what we're asking them to do. If you don't warm up every body part in preparation to do something that is involving your spine or involving another sensitive part of your body, you're gonna be more prone to injury. So we want to make sure that we're nice and warm and our bodies have everything they need to be able to do what we're asking them to. So we're gonna lay on our backs. And we're gonna have our feet parallel, which means they're hip distance apart, our toes are facing the side, our heels are facing us. We're gonna lift our hips up and off the floor, and we're gonna do that 10 times. Okay, so we're gonna go lifting up and coming back down. As you lift up, I want you to think about tucking your pelvis, rolling it up towards the ceiling, 1 vertebrae at a time. And then as you come down, it's the same thing, 1 vertebrae at a time. The pelvis comes down last. So that was 2. We have 3. Rolling down. And rolling up. 4. 5. Try to watch that your knees aren't wiggling side to side. Try to keep them nice and parallel. And exactly where they are as you go up and down. I think this is 7. I talked too much. And 8, 9. Careful that the knees don't do this or this as you're going up and down. And 10. And down. That was 10 whole hip raises. Now, we're gonna do 5 more, but we're gonna actually lift our hips just a little bit. Grab your fingers behind your back, kind of like we did in the cobra stretch thing that we did, the Superman whatever. And we're gonna inch our arms back so that our shoulders are nice and open and our arms are pinned underneath us. And then you're gonna come down and you're gonna press your hips all the way up. See if you can press and bear the weight into your shoulders, your upper shoulders. And come back down and pressing up and coming down and pressing up and down, and last one, pressing up and down. Shake it out, relax, move, stretch along. Okay, if you have not done a bridge before, if you've never done a bridge in your life, please do not do a bridge right now in your living room without anybody supervising you. It is something that you need to do with a spot, with somebody else there to help you, to guide you up and guide you back down, because it is a somewhat dangerous skill and it puts a lot of pressure on your lower spine if you're not doing it correctly. So if you have done a bridge before and you feel pretty confident with it, we are going to press into a bridge. So I want you to grab a book from home, any book at all. Pause the video if you need to. And we're gonna put it in between our feet like this so that it's right square in between our feet. It's gonna help me feel if I turn out my feet. Sometimes my students like to turn out their feet in their bridge, which puts a lot of pressure on the inside meniscus of their knee. And you wanna make sure that that's not having a lot of pressure on it, because it's not very good for it. So we're gonna keep this book in between our feet, and when we can feel it there. And if you turn out your legs, you will feel that you no longer feel the book between your feet. So make sure that you're keeping them nice and parallel. We're gonna lay down on our back, and we're gonna plant our hands directly under our shoulders. Not way out here to the side, directly under our shoulders. Press your hips up towards the sky, and then press into your hands to go into your bridge. While you're in your bridge, you want to try to get the weight to go up and over your shoulders. You don't want to be sitting back into your lower spine. You want your shoulders to be over your hands or past them. And we're going to come back down. One thing that you can do at home to measure how far you are progressing in your bridge is you can go towards a wall like this, and you can put your head right by the wall, as close as you can get, and press into your bridge. And then see if you can push your chest towards the wall. See how far your hands have to be away from the wall before you can put your chest on it. First time that you try to do a bridge by a wall and press your shoulders towards it, you might be all the way up against the wall with your wrists and still not able to get your chest onto the wall, and that's totally okay. Most people do start like that, but the more that you practice, the more that you work on it, the further you're gonna be able to walk your hands away. At first, you're just gonna aim to get your chest up against that wall, and once you get there, it's gonna be like, yes, I did it, I got more flexible. And then as weeks go by, you're gonna be able to walk your hands a little bit further and a little bit further and still get your chest up against that wall. It's a really good way to gauge how much progress you're making. If you do this video about 3 times a week with me, then you will definitely see some progress in your bridge, and practicing that at the end of the video is not something that you would do before you've done all of the warm-up exercises and all of the things that we did previously to get our spines ready for a stretch. Please, please, please do everything in a progression. You never want to just jump into a bridge or go back into a back bend, because your spine needs to be ready and prepared for you to do that, and so do the other muscles that support your spine. So please go through the progression of this video. Okay, moving on. If you are comfortable with that, if you feel like you have a really good bridge and you're really solid there, you can get your chest at least against the wall with your hands against the wall, then you can try to start going down into a bridge from standing. And again, this is something that I would highly, highly recommend you do with a professional. You're gonna go by a wall. I'm just gonna use this wall, hopefully I don't go out of frame. And you're gonna put your hands straight out in front of you. You're gonna watch your hands go back, and you're gonna press your hands against the wall. So that's the first step. Watch your hands go back, touch the wall behind you, and push yourself back up. I'm a little far away from the wall, so that was awkward. So push yourself back up. Again, not something that you should do if you don't trust yourself to do it. Not something you should do if you don't trust yourself to do it, or if you haven't done it with a professional. But if you're comfortable going back, touching the wall, and coming back up, then you can start to walk your hands down and walk your hands up the wall, stopping wherever you feel like you are losing control of your body. So we go back, we put our hands down, we walk down. Whenever you feel like you're kind of a little bit wobbly or you don't feel comfortable, you're gonna walk back up and you're gonna stand back up. And you're gonna do that until you can walk down a little further, down a little further. Every time you check into this exercise and check into this video and you do all the progressions leading up to this, and then you try this, you're gonna notice that you'll be able to walk down the wall a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further, until eventually you get your hands all the way to the floor. And you can walk yourself back up the wall and stand up. Once you can do that and you feel like you're not relying on the wall as much, you can go ahead and try with a spot, a professional spot who knows what they're doing, to go down into your bridge and stand up on your own. Alright friends, that's it for today. I hope that you got a good workout out of this and that you learned some great tips and tricks on how to improve your back flexibility. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this is meant for you to do on like a somewhat daily basis, at least 3 times a week. So if you want to see results, please watch the video again and do it with me again at least 3 times a week until you start to see some results. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want to get notifications for when I post. Hit the notification bell, and if you have any ideas of videos you would like me to post, please leave them in the comment section below. I would love to hear your ideas. I am here to help you in your training, so whatever you need, comment, and I will be happy to oblige and try to make those videos for you. And like always, remember that dance is hard, but it's also fun. And if you don't work hard at something and you don't try every single day to improve yourself, then what's the point?